Hi guys, my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about PPPD and my healing journey and what I've done so far to get better. So since November I have made so much progress. It is unbelievable, and it's one of those things where you don't actually realize in the moment how much you've improved until you look back. Like, I really had to take a step back and just realize how much progress I've made. And I just congratulated myself, because this time last year I was practically house/bed bound. Like, I was practically disabled, like literally. And I had no faith that I would ever get better. I had no interest in doing anything, and I couldn't even imagine doing any of the things I'm doing now. Literally, it wasn't even in my mind, because all I wanted was to feel better. But that mindset, it kind of hinders you from healing. And it's a really hard pill to swallow when you realize that, because you're kind of stuck in that, oh, I just want to get better feeling, and you're not actually doing anything towards healing. You're kind of just waiting for it to get better on its own. And I feel like it probably would have got better on its own if I wasn't so anxious, because that was the thing that really hindered my healing, the anxiety of everything. And I'm sure you feel the same way. So in my previous videos, I listed loads of things you can do to help with healing if you are really struggling with anxiety. So on to the improvements. 3 big things have happened this year, and I want to share them with you. So the first big thing is that I learned how to drive. I bought my first car and I passed my test first time. Boom! So that was one of my huge goals of last year. I really wanted to be able to drive myself around, and I started learning in November. I passed in March. So yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I have my own car, and I have absolutely no symptoms when I'm in the car. Even as a passenger, like for years, I felt fine in the car. So it was always what my mum and I would do when I was having a really bad day. We'd just go for a drive. Now I'm totally in control of that. Like, I can take myself for a drive if I want to. I can drive myself to places I want to go. I don't rely on my mum for that anymore, which is a huge sense of freedom and relief, really, for both of us, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's been a huge step for me. The second thing that's happened is that I joined the gym, which is crazy. First of all, I didn't even do that when I was healthy. Like, what? I really feel like a totally different person, because this illness really has shifted my perspective on everything. So yeah, I joined the gym. The first class I went to was a body balance class. That was like a tester, and it was cool. I was a bit nervous. It was 45 minutes long, which is like longer than I've ever exercised in one session. And because it was body balance, there was a lot of downward dog and down and up and down and up constantly. So that was a bit of a challenge. And I had the odd sway here and there, but at this point in my journey, I just totally ignore them. So it was totally fine. I felt good afterwards. I felt energized. I felt strong because I'd conquered that first class, and it was such a huge confidence booster to know that I can do it. So yeah, I had a gym induction and I joined. I've been going for 3 weeks now, and it's going well. I actually got a fitness app, because I have no idea what I'm doing in the gym. So I got a fitness app by Chrissy Chella. She's on Instagram. You've probably seen her ads all over the place, but it's really good. It really boosted my confidence in the gym. So yeah, shout out to her. She's awesome. And her body is amazing, so that's really a good incentive to keep working out. But the main reason I went to the gym wasn't to change my body. It was actually to feel more in control of my body, because for the last 3 years during this illness, I have felt so powerless, and going to the gym and exercising and getting stronger and feeling changes in your body is so empowering. It's just been amazing, because this time last year, as I said, I was like housebound, bedbound. I could barely do anything, and I've lost a lot of muscle mass, as you can imagine, from doing nothing. So now's the time to build it back up. There is no time like the present. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself for being able to do this, and I'm not trying to make this video to make you feel like a failure for not doing this. You have to remember that I am 3 years into my journey. So if you are just at the beginning, we're not at the same stage. So please don't compare yourself to me, because that is just not going to help you. You're just going to feel like crap. But I wanted to make this video so you can see that it does get so much better, because last year when I made that first video, I still felt awful. Like, really. I was gradually improving, but that was before I started the actual healing process with the steady coach and with somatic tracking, with the deep breathing, with all of that stuff. So it has gotten 1,000 times better in the last 6 months. 6 months. That's all it's taken. It sounds long, but it isn't, you know? You can really make so many changes right now. The power is in the present moment, honestly. So, the third thing that's happened is that I've gotten a part-time job. Yep, I know. Thank you. So it's my dream job, obviously, delivering pizza. No, it's great because A, I feel fine in the car, and B, it gets me out of the house, meeting new people, it gets me walking around and getting in and out of my car and doing lots of things. The first shift I had was so bad. I felt fine during the shift, but when I got back home and sat still, I was like, oh my God, I feel weird as hell. And this was only like a month ago, but it changed so quickly. My body learned that it was fine because I wasn't freaking out or anything. I wasn't anxious. It's just, it takes a second for your body to kind of catch up to what you're doing. So yeah, I started work about a month ago and I'm loving it. Like it's really, really easy job, first of all. And it's really flexible for me. I can work whenever I can. Yeah, it's just the perfect job for me right now. Oh, it feels so amazing to be able to say that I have a job because it's been like 3.5 years since I worked. That is such a long time. I literally didn't even remember what it was like to have a job or to leave the house and do things. Not only am I'm getting universal credit for limited capacity for work, but earning my own money is just amazing because last year I literally didn't even think that I would be able to work ever again, and now I'm earning my own money. Yes! And as I said before, I am on universal credit for limited capacity for work and work-related activities. If you don't know what universal credit is, it's basically government money the government gives you to help if you have any disability or whatever it is. So I get that. I also just want to give you some information if you are in the UK and you are on universal credit or limited capacity for work or work-related activities. Apparently you need that extra bit to get this, I think. So I get an automatic work allowance, which means every month I have a work allowance of £573, and anything I earn over that amount, they will start to deduct the money that they pay me each month. But it's only like 55p per pound I earn gets taken off of the universal credit they give me for every pound I earn over £573 a month. So 573 is my work allowance, and I'm actually earning under that. I'm earning about 500 a month because I work part-time. So I get to keep all of the universal credit they give me plus the £500 a month from my work. So that equals more like a full-time salary, which is incredible because it means that I can save up money, it means that I can move out at some point, it means that I can pay for petrol, which is insanely expensive right now. And I definitely don't want to be on universal credit forever. It's not a long-term plan because I'm not going to be unwell forever. But yeah, it's been so helpful for me. So I urge you to get on it if you're not on it. You know, you're not going to be on it forever. And it is an incredible help if you are unable to work during a health condition. It's just so much easier to not have to rely on, family members or whatever. So definitely apply. The worst thing they can do is say no, but they'll probably say yes. So there you go. I am working. I am going to the gym. I am driving around. I am doing so much more. I'm basically living a normal life with slight background symptoms that piss me off sometimes, but usually don't. I'm still taking moments to do deep breathing throughout the day, and I recommend you continue to do that. If you are just starting out on your healing journey, go back and watch my old videos because I do list everything that I did for healing. In the one, how to deal with regressions, I list like 5 or 4 tips that I did to really calm down the anxiety and therefore the symptoms. But the thing is, you really have to take that plunge into healing. You really got to dive into the deep end, because I waited for so long for it to just get better on its own, and maybe it would have got better on its own if I wasn't so anxious, but I was anxious, so me just sitting there doing nothing, waiting for it to go away was never going to be the answer, because anxiety just keeps the body in that fight or flight state, and it's really counterproductive for healing. Basically pauses healing altogether because your body's like, well, we got to run away from a tiger, so why would I heal you? That's not a priority right now. I think it's really important with healing to be just like, okay, it's now or never, dude. This is me against me. I'm the one who's got to heal myself. No one is coming to save me. I've got to save myself now. And I know that's a scary thought. It is a scary thought, but it's also really empowering. This is your time to prove to yourself that you are in control of your healing, that you can do something to heal yourself. This isn't fake. I'm not making this up. Like last year, I felt like I was dying. I was crying daily because I just couldn't bear to live with these symptoms anymore. And now my life has completely changed. And I am a different person from when I first went through this, because firstly, I'm going to the gym. I mean, who am I? Secondly, I just look at the world completely differently now. I have so much more empathy for other people and patience with myself, more love for myself. It's a completely transformative journey, not just healing the symptoms, but you literally heal your whole entire body and your emotions, your psyche. This illness really is a turning point for you, and you can make it as amazing or as crap as you want. You have all the control here. Like, yeah, the stuff we've done so far in our life has led us to this illness, but it doesn't mean it's your fault. It just is what it is for now, right? But it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, because it definitely doesn't. I mean, I'm proof of that. And there are so many other people out there who have healed themselves too. And it's just such an empowering journey when you realize that you have all the power. I promise you, it gets so much better. And honestly, this sounds insane, because 3 years ago, I was the one watching videos, people telling me it gets so much better. And I was like, no, it doesn't. You're lying. And now I'm here telling you it's actually completely surreal, because I never actually fully believed that I could get better. And I'm still not completely recovered, but I am doing so much better than I was a few years ago. I just want you to know that you can heal. You can heal. My symptoms are reducing every week. I constantly feel them reducing, and sometimes I don't even think about them. When I'm at work, I literally don't even think about my symptoms. Like, unless it's before my period or whatever, when I'm having a worse time. But I'm still at work, I'm still going to the gym, you know, it gets so much better. I just want to shout that from the rooftops, that it gets better. Because when you're in the middle of it, it literally feels like you will never get out of it, but I promise you, you will. You just will. But you need to put in the work. It takes time and willpower, but it's so worth it. The last thing I'm going to tell you is that consistency is key, repetition is key, and ignoring the hell out of your symptoms is key. Literally treat your symptoms like they are a naughty toddler who want your attention, but you're like, no. As soon as you feel your symptoms come on, this is what you do. Okay, so you're walking, you feel a slight sway, or you turn suddenly and you feel a sway, you're like, oh my god. Don't react like that. Instead, you deep breathe for as long as you need to calm back down. I don't care how long it takes you. You do this every time your symptoms increase. And then your brain will learn that you are absolutely safe, even if you have increased symptoms. Then you just go about your day as normal. You have a symptom. You feel panic for a second, but then you train your brain out of that and you deep breathe instead. Maybe you can even do somatic tracking if you have time. But I really recommend to do this as soon as you feel your symptoms come on, because that is how you retrain your brain out of panic mode and into, oh, okay, symptoms aren't a threat, I'm safe. And as you do that, your symptoms will just decrease. They literally will. I really urge you, even if you don't feel amazing, even if you feel awful, get out there into the world. Leave your house. Leave the house. I promise you, you need to go outside, okay? Because I stayed inside for so long, and it made it just way worse. My brain was like, what is outside? Just try and do these things, because that is what's really gonna push your brain into healing mode. Your brain needs new stimulation in order to create new neural pathways. So staying in the same four walls all the time is just not going to be beneficial. So I really hope this video was informative. I kind of rambled there at the end, but I want you to know that it does get so much better, and I really hope this has been an encouraging video for you. And I want to let you know that I am actually offering coaching sessions one-on-one if you feel like you need that extra support. So I hope you get in touch if you need to. Otherwise, I wish you all the luck and love I can possibly muster, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.